working, audio, video, whole 9 yards. I think I got the sound turned off on everything. Hopefully there's not an echo, but let me know. Let me know if there is. I get you guys in the comments right here on the Chromebook. Chelsea is upstairs. She's not feeling too hot. I'm not feeling too hot either, actually, myself. I don't know how long we're going to last tonight, but I just want to pop in. It's been a while. Since we've had live stream. I want to say hey, see how everybody's doing. If everybody had a good Christmas. If everybody had a good holiday season. Big plans for the New Year's. Merry Christmas, pork chop. We got you. Good. Hopefully everything's working. Good. I don't really have anything to talk about. I just wanted to pop in and say hey to everybody. It's been a long time since we've done a live stream. Several months. Everybody have a pretty good Christmas? Anything, hopefully nothing too eventful in the wrong direction, I guess. Wayne Cruz, how are you? Videos by Owl, Kirk. All these are going fast. This is going to be tricky. SLC Farms, Clayton. I see you guys. There's a way to slow it down, but I'm just not that tech savvy. Mo Wen, hey, I appreciate that. Hey, there's no super chats tonight, by the way. Mrs. SOT, I see you there. Hope you guys are doing okay down there in Kentucky. There's no super chats tonight, by the way. If you check out the description, there is a GoFundMe for my aunt, actually, who had a stroke back in July. She's making really good progress on her rehabilitation, but anybody that's ever dealt with anything like that knows that insurance doesn't pay for anything, or doesn't pay for everything, rather. And right now, she has 24/7 home care. So they've got a GoFundMe set up for that. Her brothers and sisters set that up. She's widowed, so she has to have 24/7 care. So if you hop down the description, there's a GoFundMe there to help cover some of those costs. We would definitely greatly appreciate that if you could do that. But that's why the super chats are off. How's everybody doing? Red Dog, I've got you see this old piano here? I got this piano, the inside of it full of patches that I've got to get hung up. I just haven't had the chance to get all of them hung up yet. We've been busy. You guys watch video. You know we're busy. I see you there, Stuart. Dirt Perfect. Yeah, I think I saw your name on a sign I drove past today, which looks very good. Dirt Perfect's got a big old Dirt Perfect sign with lights and everything on it. He's got the equipment barn looking nice. The ICF floor in the YouTube yacht. I'm supposed to call him tomorrow. We're trying to figure out how to order the ICF floor from the factory. The factory typically cuts that floor to length for us. They don't cut a lot of boat-shaped floors, so we're trying to figure out the best way to make that order happen, if that makes sense. You'd be surprised. You think they would go ahead and take care of that real quick. You think they'd do more boat-shaped houses, honestly. Seems like it'd be pretty popular. Keith L., how are you there? Hope everybody's doing okay. Zach Connor, Farmer Chris, took some lessons. Wrecked my drone today. Oh, Farmer Chris. Well, the thing about wrecking drones, as long as you have the record button on when you do it, normally it works out okay. Where were you flying at? Did you hit a tree, a power line? What'd you hit, Chris? I'm curious. Yes, Red Dog, he did get the new blowgun. I saw it sitting up there. I saw your little note. Anybody that saw the sheep's foot service video knows that blowgun was clearly a setup. Somebody had hot glued the blowgun back together. Daggone thing fell apart on me. That's right, Mrs. SOT. Yeah. Chris, you can't match me until you sink a few in the river. I see everybody. Wayne Cruz. Jesse Mueller just did his ICF floor system. Yeah, Jesse's doing he's doing his roof at ICF too, if I'm not mistaken, which is going to be pretty cool to see. We've done the ICF floor systems before, Dirt Perfect and myself. We've done those on some jobs that Mike had, but we've never done the ICF roofs before, so I'm excited to see how Jesse Mueller's turns out. I think that'd be pretty cool. Oh, there's Dad there, Larry Kleeman. That's Dad. You can thank him, or however whatever. He brought me into this world, I guess. Yeah, no problem, Dad. hopefully this helps a little bit. Joe Southern, Farmer Chris, hit a tree, doing the final filming on the grain bin. Walked. Did you have to cut the tree down? Did your drone get stuck in the tree, Farmer Chris, or did it fall out? Oh yeah, drones don't like trees. That's why everybody asks what drone I fly. I always use the Mavic Mini because it's the least expensive of the DJI drones, and that's because I hit a lot of trees. I don't want to pay for a Mavic Air every 3 months. Michael Mastenbrook from Michigan. Man behind the scenes is here. Where's man behind the scenes? Is he here? I don't know. He's probably in a boiler somewhere if I had to guess. He's been on a lot of outages lately. I don't know when he's coming back to work for Mike. There's been a lot of outages he's been on. I think everybody forgets that most of us, aside from Matt's probably the closest thing Mike has to full time, but most of us are part-time workers for Mike. So everybody always wonders where we're at. Typically, we're at our full-time jobs. The nickname Captain, pretty easy. Gave it to myself as a YouTube name. That's YouTube said have a good, memorable name. Captain Kleeman's pretty catchy and easy to remember, and it comes from the boat in the woods. Fake captain of a fake boat that doesn't even exist yet. It's on the ground, just missing a few wings. Oh yeah, you can get new props. Yeah. I see you, Brian. Hopefully you're having a good dinner. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, well, you have to, Keith. Those exo drones get good reviews. I've never personally flown one, so I can't speak to that. They have good reviews. I'd like to try one out, but it's hard to walk away from a product you know is good. That DJI has been really good to me. Their flight programming is very nice. Their software is very user friendly. It's kind of hard to walk away from something that's working. But I'd be curious if anybody has an exo drone, what they think of them. Mushroom Hunter, long-time viewer. It's good to see you stopping by. Steak and Shake, Brian Weber. I haven't had Steak and Shake. They used to have Steak and Shake in Evansville where I work, but they shut it down a couple years ago. It's been a while since I've had Steak and Shake. That's pretty good stuff. The captain's the guy. Yeah. Any more late night bridge visitors? Actually, I haven't had the SD card out in the trail cam, so I honestly don't know. I'm pretty cheap. I only have one SD card for it, so when I go check it, unless I go put the card back in, which I typically forget to do, yeah, I don't know. I need to get the card back in there so we can figure it out. Plans for the pond? Enjoy it, fish in it, swim in it. I mean, not a lot. I think my neighbor Gary is going to build a floating dock down in the deep end, and we're going to try to build a shelter house and incorporate it with the bell tower, but I'm hoping the pond's there to enjoy now. I like building ponds, but I don't really want to build that one for a third time. Maybe a dock, I don't know. You never know. Edward, we are down in southern Indiana, down on the river. You can see the river from our house. Ken, I see you there. Hastings Tree Farm. Flight to New Orleans in the morning. Hey, well, I hope you have a safe flight. Appreciate you stopping by. I've never been in New Orleans. Got some friends that go down there quite a bit, but I've never been myself. Dig Nation 21, how you doing, man? Matt's Lawn Care, I'm doing good. Keeping dirt perfect in line is a full-time job. Yeah, a full-time job or a job for a bunch of part-timers, I guess. Jerry does a pretty good job of keeping them in line. Joey, I see you there. How you doing? Yeah, the bell tower did. Yeah, it turned out awesome. Thanks, Norman. Dirt Brute Steve sent me, I guess a lot of you guys might have seen on I don't know if Dad's still on here. He'll correct me on my grammar for sure. Sent me some solar-powered Edison lights I put up on the bell tower. They look awesome. It really finished it off nice. I can't wait. Somebody asked what we're doing to the pond. I guess we are going to build a bench inside the bell tower this summer. So that is one thing we're going to do. That'll be nice. Santa brought me, he brought me this flannel. No, that was a birthday gift. He brought me another flannel. I like flannel. Chelsea gets me a lot of flannels. It's because I love them. No, Santa brought me a lot of good things. He brought me a lot of good things. The weather is surprisingly warm. I worked at the station yesterday, and we were out back sitting around a fire, grilling out, having Christmas steaks at the station. Felt like springtime. It was unreal. Yeah, the weather's been crazy. Crazy good, I guess. It's just different. 5 inches of snow today. You can keep that. You can keep that. I don't mind the cold, especially in February when it gets down below freezing and all the mud's gone and you're out in the woods. I don't mind that, but I don't like messing with snow if we don't have to. If we do get snow, I want it to be like a blizzard. You know, I want to be snowed in. I want to be hanging out with the kids, building igloos and that kind of thing. But anything between a blizzard and no snow, I'm not a fan of. We did, yeah, Jerry. We got really lucky. Most of those storms stayed below the Ohio River. Yeah, we didn't get hardly any damage at all. We did find, I saw Mrs. SOT did as well. I think a lot of people did. We did end up finding some pictures on our property that the storm had carried in, and we posted on, there's a Facebook page you can post anything on, like pictures that you find, and they got claimed, and we sent them out a couple days ago. We mailed them back down from Dawson Springs. Their kids' school pictures blew all the way up here from Dawson Springs. That's pretty wild. But yeah, they got claimed. We got them mailed back to them, so that's kind of cool. What made me decide to become a firefighter? 5 years of construction. Well, honestly, my brother John was a pretty big influence on that, really. My brother John has been a paramedic for going on 30 years. My uncle Gary's was a paramedic for 40 years. He retired a couple years ago. But, yeah, I was looking at going into the EMT, and they kind of pushed me towards the fire service and fell in love with it pretty quick, honestly. Gotta go pack for vacation. Hey, you have a good time down there, Farmer Chris. I think I know where y'all are going down there. Have a good time. Be safe. Mrs. SOT, did your stuff get all your stuff get claimed on that Facebook page? Were you able to track down the owners? That's crazy. Can you imagine? I mean, it's tragic, but imagine if that happened, I don't know, before Facebook was a thing. Nobody would know how to get some of their photos back. And I know it's just a photograph, but if you've ever seen somebody lose everything, photographs can be the one thing that they can hold on to help get them through. So it's just crazy to see that Facebook can kind of bring all that stuff together, get that stuff back to these people. I mean, you're talking hundreds of miles away. It's pretty wild. Where's the wife? Chelsea's upstairs. She does not feel very good tonight. None of us do. We've got a little bug going through the house. I don't know how long I'm going to last on here myself, actually, but I just missed you guys. I haven't had a chance to pop in and say hi for a while, so I kind of wanted to. Winter should be snow on Christmas Eve, and it's 70 degrees. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Pretty different. Yeah, Dirt Brute Steve, we were on the department we were on. Everybody, all the firemen there, or all the firefighters there, are EMTs. We are EMTs as well. But typically, well, yeah. I'm not going to get to that. Dirt Brute Steve, I stumbled across your TikTok page. Man, I thought the YouTube comment section was brutal. TikTok, that's a whole nother ballgame, bud. How you holding up with the plumbing project? Jeez. Nope, nothing so far. We found stuff from Arkansas. Holy cow. That's wild. There she is. There's Wild Roots. That's Chelsea. She's upstairs. She must be watching on her phone. She's stopping in to say hey, too. EF5 tornado came through my area about 3 years ago. Stuff was found in North Carolina. Wow. Wow. That's just unreal. You do hear chickens. You do hear chickens. One of our hens was very sneaky, and we did not notice that she happened to be broody. And now we have chicks in the basement because she decided to lay chicks in the wintertime. well, we weren't paying attention. We let her be broody and we weren't paying attention. And now we have chicks that we, yeah, so you do hear chickens. Hey, we'll see you, Mrs. SOT. Have a good time. You guys have a good time down there. That'll be fun. It's a fun time of year to go down there. Get well soon. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Sparky. I know. Chelsea and I have been working on the chicken coop. We've got almost all the concrete pillars, like the footers for the post poured. Of course, we got all the post milled. She's on Christmas break, so we're trying to get some of it done. But we are making progress on it, which is exciting. No, Mama would take care of them. SLC, actually, she's in here too. Mama would take care of them. The problem is, we built. Our coop is made for maybe comfortably 10 chickens, maybe. And we've got a lot more than that now, and there's just not enough room to keep the more aggressive birds away from the youngins. Even with Mama taking care of them, so we have to keep them separate down here. That's why we're building that new barn, so we've got more room for them. So we don't end up in this situation again. We like having a lot of chickens, but we don't like the situation we have right now, obviously. Rank in the fire department is lieutenant, Ronald. I'm a lieutenant at the fire department, and I love it. I think I'll probably stay there for the rest of the career. I like being a lieutenant. Tragedy in Pennsylvania. I did see that. From a Christmas tree. Yeah, from a dried out Christmas tree. Yeah, very sad. Seems like it happens every year. Very, very sad. You got a baby goat in the house. Oh, lost her mother yesterday. Well, baby goat in the house. That's something. I've seen people that raise goats in the house, though. They put diapers on them. They put diapers on the baby goats and let them roam around. I've seen people do that before. John, how are you? Coming in late. I see you. What kind of chickens do we have? They got feathers and 2 feet. You'd have to ask Chelsea. Chelsea would know the answer to that. I'm not 100% sure. No dirt brutes. The only thing I'm captain of is a fake boat in the woods. Nope, I'm just a lieutenant on the department. 100 chickens, started with 5. Yeah, it escalates quickly, doesn't it, SLC? It escalates very quickly. Like I said, we like having we like having that many birds. We just we put the birds before the barn, I guess would be a saying you could say there. No such thing as too many chickens. I agree, Chelsea. I agree. I like having them. Original or extra crispy? Yeah. Well, Brian, yeah. Randy, I did not get a chance to look at those wood spools. I did not. I've just been busy. Jim Gardner, that's awesome. Just retired from fire service. Oh, Jim, I missed that comment. Just retired from fire service in Scotland after 44 years. Wow. Hey, congrats, man. That is awesome. 44 years. I don't think we have anybody on our department that's even close to pushing that many years of service. That's incredible. How old were you? Well, I shouldn't ask that. I was going to ask how old you were when you joined, but then I didn't want to do the math. But yeah, that's incredible, sir. Congratulations on that. Mark, when we're going to pour the deck on the YouTube yachts. I was telling them a little bit earlier, I got to call him again Monday. The factory cuts the ICF floor system to length, and we're trying to figure out the best way to have the factory cut these, because they don't typically cut boat-shaped ICF floor systems. We're trying to figure out the best way to have the factory cut these that makes it easy for us on our end. And hopefully that conversation will be finished tomorrow, and we can get that order placed. He said about 2 weeks lead time on that order, and I'm sure they'll shut down for New Year's. So I would expect, optimistically, realistically, we probably won't have the floor system actually on our property until mid-January, maybe. And then you got to get everything formed up and poured, so maybe pouring in mid-February, into February, something like that. Probably pretty realistic. Favorite pizza topping? I don't know, Scott. I'm not really big on pizza, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, I'd taper train if I kept both the truck and the Outback. I did keep both the truck and the Outback. I thought about selling one. Um, I don't know. I thought about selling one. The market's crazy. I could get what I paid for out of them if I wanted to sell one. But I also thought the market's crazy. If one breaks down and I need one, I can't get it for what I paid for them. So I just ended up keeping both of them. I mean, they don't cost hardly anything on insurance. They're insured for something that just sits at the house, and the registration's not that much. I don't know. We're just keeping both of them. I'm not a firefighter comms engineer. I'm sorry, Jim. I misunderstood you. Still awesome though. Well, there's a few people in here from Scotland. How the heck did I get all the way over to Scotland? I don't know how the internet works. That's pretty crazy. It is crazy. You can go through on the YouTube analytics and see where your viewers are from. Very wild. Very wild. Only 60% of our viewers are from America. The other 40% are spread out all over the world. That's pretty crazy. The next rank in the department, Chuck, after lieutenant would be captain. And they are currently testing for captain right now, but I'm not going through this testing cycle. I'm pretty happy at lieutenant rank, honestly. And there's some reasons for that, but I'm pretty happy there. What do I enjoy most doing for Dirt Perfect? Trucking, honestly. I like trucking. I really do. We're always in places that people don't think trucks should go. That's where he sends me. And I like that challenge. I like putting a truck in a place that's not meant to be. I think that's a good time. I like the look. Listen, there's a look on people's faces when it goes wrong, but I like the look on their face whenever I can get in their driveway. With an 850J sitting on the back of it. The other cabin. Oh, Mark, you're talking about the abandoned build site? Yeah, that's just there. We're not doing anything with that until the YouTube yacht's done. So it's just sitting there. That's the same property as the timber bridge. So just building trails. That's pretty much it. To have any of your own excavating equipment? Yes, Mike. I would love to. I would love to have an excavator at the house. That 304 Mike has would be a pretty good size for a homestead. Yeah, I'd love to have an excavator one day, but I've got other things I want to get done first. Too many chicks is defined as 240,000 chicks 6 times per year. Sold that farm. Yeah, that would be too many chickens. You are right about that. That is a lot. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Dirtbrook Steve, same here. Like the challenge. Man, Steve, I like your truck and trailer setup. That's pretty slick. That's I bet that lets you get into places other people can't out there where you're at. That's a good setup. I like your barn door style. I like your I don't know what you want to call it, your combo door style on your dump truck too, on your bed. That's pretty slick setup. T-shirts for sale, Kirk. I mean, probably never. I don't know. We got a lot going on. T-shirts it's not even in my top 100 priorities. I wish I could find the time to design some T-shirts and come up with a website and run a website and ship things and take care of orders, but I just don't have that energy in me, if I'm being honest with you. Anything cool on trail cam? Yeah, somebody asked that earlier, Jerry. I don't have the SD card in there. I need to get the SD card back in there. Gail Sweeney, how are you, from Arizona? Michael, email me. Email me, I'll get you my address. CaptainCleeman1@gmail.com. Dirt Boss. You still hanging on to the side of that mountain up there, Dirt Boss? Man, that job site is tough. That is cool. That is a very cool video series you've got going on that thing. Unbelievable the amount of concrete you're putting in that place. Pretty wild. I've been enjoying that one. The Dirt Boss has been putting in footers, foundation, drainage, stone, hammering out rock, just building a house on the side of this mountain. It's pretty cool to see. If you haven't checked it out, you need to. Been watching since started the road into cabin and saw spray paint for paddle wheel. Oh, cool. Yeah, Randy, I recognize you there. I recognize most of your names in the comments section. I really do. Why aren't... I see you, Wes. Why aren't you live from the bell tower? We've talked about this. It's winter time. It's winter time. It also doesn't have Wi-Fi, or it has some lighting from those lights that Dirt Brute Steve sent, but this is a lot more comfortable. Yeah, I've got some more patches up there. I've got, inside this piano, I've got a bunch of patches that people have sent too. I just haven't, there you go, Wayne. Yeah. Yeah, if you ever want to send anything, you can send it to that address there. That's the address to the Derby Market. They know how to get stuff to me. Have you ran the 850J? No. I don't know if I will, other than just putting it on and off the trailer. I mean, I like running equipment, but the trucking's what I enjoy most. And that works out best because with Mike having multiple pieces of equipment, he can get done with the job and leave that equipment there and move on to the next job. And I can come in whatever day I have off from the fire department. I can come in and move it pretty liberally on the schedule that way. So trucking works out really, really well with the part-time setup I've got going on with Mike. Dirt Boss put enough rock in that garage to gravel the road to the ponds. Yeah, Dirt Boss could have built an interstate to our pond with the amount of stone they put in that build. It's crazy. Necessary. I mean, 100% necessary, but it's wild. Yeah, I've got some more room above there. The iPad is leaned up against an empty kitty litter bucket, so I don't know how good my pan and tilt options are on this setup, but I'd probably lose you guys if I tried to show you. But I've got some more room at the top of it. The Ripper, oh my gosh. Mike, when he got CNC Equipment put a video out on that Ripper, and I need to watch the whole video. I haven't had a chance to finish the video. But Mike tested that Ripper out in the lot whenever he got it. And there are now massive rumble strips, would be an understatement. I'm going to forget, and I'm going to lose an axle on the CD500 one day down there. Yeah, I felt like a scraper driver the other day. I felt like top of my head met the top of the ceiling in the CD500. 950 tons of stone. Dirt Boss, that's wild. I noticed that guy was the same truck every time. Was he coming out of the same quarry? How far was the quarry from that job? I'm just curious how far you guys have to truck. For us, it's like hour 10 minutes round trip if we're in Derby ordering stone. I'm just curious how long it takes you to get a load of stone on top of the mountain like that, on top of that hill. I'm sure you guys are used to it up there, but just kind of curious how that worked out for you. Why do you put rock under footers? Who said that? Grant? Why do you put rock under footers? I mean, there's several reasons, but probably the biggest reason is drainage. I mean, that's what I've always figured. You don't want water sitting underneath footers. Gives you a little bit of drainage out of there. Gives you a good solid footprint too. Hey, Captain Kleeman, the Gaming Ham. How are you, man? Gaming Ham. That's interesting. YouTube yacht's looking great. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. 20 minutes. Got lucky. There's a pit close up there. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's awesome. I was wondering that. It seemed like he's able to get up there a few times during the day. I was just curious. 20 minutes. That's pretty good. Paul, PO address. You can just, if you look up the Derby Market and you send stuff to the Derby Market, that's they'll get it to me from there. Even if I gave my address, UPS and FedEx can never find it. My neighbors always have to bring my packages to me. So Derby Market's a safe bet there. Poor FedEx. They've been struggling the past few weeks. They're having a hard time up here on this road. Sand, so drainage isn't a problem. Yeah. Where are you at, Grant? I'm just curious. It's always interesting to see. Everybody builds so differently because of obviously different soil conditions. It's always interesting to see. My buddy sent me a video. Where were they? Somewhere out west, and they had pan scrapers, and they were pan scraping out like 40 feet below a housing subdivision. They'd scrape 40 feet out of this thing and then backfill all of it, sheep's foot it all back in before they could build just residential homes on top of it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's always interesting. Oh, Grant, Amazon, buddy, their drivers really struggle here. They normally don't come all the way out this far. Amazon doesn't. But during Christmas season, they do, and they they have a hard time. FedEx is struggling everywhere. They really are. Our UPS drivers are great. We have one driver, Jim, who does an awesome job, and when Jim's on vacation, I don't know what you want to call it, whoever takes over his route does a really great job. Very nice people. But FedEx, it seems like it's a different driver every week, and it's probably the reason they get lost all the time because nobody knows where they're going out here. But there you go, Wes. Yeah, if you want to send something, just put Derby, Indiana on it. They'll figure it out. The post office has definitely called me before. I say the post office. The one girl that works at the post office has definitely called me before about packages they're trying to figure out where to put them. Plans for the drag. We'll be talking about that soon. I got that forklift mast moved up to the house today. The pickup truck did not like that. That thing is heavier than it looks. The bump stops are definitely on the frame. But I got that moved up here today, so I'm hoping to have a video out on making those forks soon. I got to go pick up some material tomorrow, I think. And then we'll kind of do a good overview on the implements we plan on building and how we plan on to do it. Red Dog, good night, sir. I appreciate all your support, man. You've been with us for a long time. The words are hard today, as always. As they're always hard for me. Talking has just never been my strong point. Amazon drives on my lawn, then walk through my bushes and throw my packages at the step. Amazon should just ship their items in football-shaped packaging. I think if they just put football-shaped packaging and then they hired old college athletes and they could just right off the truck, right to the porch, they might as well. They might as well, you know what? Amazon vans, the only thing I've seen mess up a Chick-fil-A drive-thru. Wow. That sounds like it's pretty entertaining. Yes, it was Build With. Yes, that's the name of it. Video of deep digging in houses for Colorado. Yeah, I follow him on TikTok. I think he's got a YouTube page too. But yeah, it was crazy. I guess you saw that too. Videos by Al, you saw that video? Oh, it's just unreal the amount of dirt they have to move for residential out there. A blacksmith for the ironwork on the YouTube yacht. For the ironwork on the YouTube yacht. But the only place I would think I would have decorative ironworking on the YouTube yacht would be the railings and maybe the pillars that support the walkway for around the wheelhouse. Yeah, I mean, it's something I've considered. We're not quite there yet, so I don't think I've put too much effort into researching that, but it's a possibility in the future for sure. I do words fine. Thanks, Tim. Tim Brown, always support me. Is life as a YouTube superstar difficult? I don't know. You'd have to ask somebody that's a YouTube superstar. Life as a YouTuber with 49,000 subscribers can be more stressful than life without it, that's for sure, but I definitely enjoy it. I enjoy the challenge. I love it. Don't roll a boat steering wheel. Yeah. Ultimate plans for the pond. Honestly, I'm going to leave the stocking decisions up to our neighbor Gary. We kind of split that project. Gary has stocked several ponds before. He's got a lot more wisdom than I do when it comes to that, and I'm going to kind of trust his decision on that. So that's as far as ultimate plans for stocking it. We're going to put a shelter house on our property. Gary's going to put a floating dock out there for swimming. We might put a fishing dock on, but you should be able to cast all the way across that thing no matter where you're standing, so we'll probably not. We might add some floating duck decoys like Bama Bass did above the fish structure, like the stumps and the rocks, so that we're not casting across those stumps. But other than that, I mean, my biggest plans are just to enjoy the dang thing, not build it a third time. How about that? My biggest plan for the pond is not build it a third time. Yeah. Robert Stevens, good evening. How are you, sir? I see you there. You always hit the like button. Man, I appreciate that, Rudy. That helps the channel. Anytime you hit the like button, that's always a huge, huge help to the channel. That's a big supporter. I definitely appreciate that. The river's... Oh, I lost you guys. There you go. The river's close enough that snapping turtles will find it. Oh, yeah, they'll find it. Snapping turtles find every pond up here. Absolutely, they do. Yep. Fine, 2 words. Well, you talk. Yeah, Bama Bass's pond is. Well, what do you say? That thing cost him $1 million to put in. I mean, I would expect $1 million pond to look pretty amazing, and he definitely pulled it off. It looks pretty good. Joy, how you doing? I'm doing really well. How are you doing, Joy? Do you have a pretty good Christmas? I hope so. Pond fail videos make good content. Yeah, but I'm ready to move on to new content. I don't want to do any more pond fails, Glenn. Keep the camera rolling. Yeah. Why do I always get blamed by DP for things? Well, I mean, sometimes it is me, so it kind of makes sense. I don't know. I mean, we just have fun. That's what bust each other's chops. We enjoy doing that all the time. Oh, I could tell stories, but I don't. I'll save that for live stream with Dirt Perfect sometime. He's good to work for. Yeah. He's a good time. He's fun. Yeah, we had a good Christmas. The light on the skid steer loader. You know, Joy, that's been broke for a while, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that light got broke. That's a good question, actually. It's been broke for a while, though. You're talking about the light up on top of, it would be this one up here, the right hand. If you're sitting in it, the light on the right up top. Yeah, kids and wife, I think they had a good Christmas. Everybody seemed to have a really good Christmas. Nathan, I see you there. Camera trap at the bridge? Yeah, I don't have the SD card in it. I need to go put the dang SD card back in there. I mean, after I caught the Amish man, I don't know what else I could catch on there that would... It's only set to 10-second videos on that trail cam. So we have a 10-second clip of that Amish gentleman walking across. The bread and peanut butter is there. And then the next, on the left side, Joy, yeah, I'm not sure. And then the next 10-second clip, there is nothing in the video, but the bread and peanut butter are gone. So I don't know. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but there's an Amish man, and the bread and peanut butter are gone in the next clip. So I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what funnier thing I could catch on that bridge, though. Old Smoke Eater 70, how you doing, sir? I see you in the comments of the videos all the time. I appreciate all the support. Bell tower's sitting there like we planned on. Pond's doing good. Pond's almost full, actually. I forgot to tell you guys. I need to do an actual update on it. I need to take the camera down there. About that far from, where are you guys at? About that far from going into the overflow. Pond's looking good, real good. We might actually put a couple on that overflow and raise it up about 6 inches. There's quite a bit of room on the head of the waterboard yet, so it's looking really, really good. Are you ever going to get a sawmill? No, I'm not, Freddie. I'm not going to get a sawmill. I borrowed my buddy's sawmill. I experimented with it. Southern Indiana's largest hardwood sawmill is 20 minutes away from me. They do a heck of a job. All I got to do is take a trailer out there and get whatever I need for a good price. That's how I'm getting my rough cut from now on. DP in a fit of rage with the Kubota. Yeah, he has some issues that some things he doesn't like about that Kubota. Wearing my chaps only part of the time. Yeah, I mean, it just depends when I'm in a mood. Safety's there. Evening Captain from Southeast Michigan. How are you doing? I always see you in the comments as well. I see most of you guys in the comments. Andrew, I see you there. Andrew, I see you there. Sorry. Hi, Captain Mike. Haven't found any spoons lately, actually. No, I haven't. Chelsea and I were just talking. We know there's like a bunch of old homesteads in the Hoosier National Forest. Obviously, there's all private land before the forest bought it out. And there's a bunch of old homesteads back there. And we were talking about getting some metal detectors. And on her channel, on Chelsea's channel, Wild Roots, going out and metal detecting some of those old homesteads we know about. They're way off the beaten path. If you're not familiar with the forest, you wouldn't know those homesteads are there. But the wells are there. There's old ponds. They're not by the trails, but we know where they're at. We would love to go out there and metal detect sometime. So we might find some spoons out there, Andrew. Who knows? I don't know. They're discussing mirrors or cameras on Lieutenant Dan. Yeah, I hope he goes with mirrors, honestly. I've seen some camera setups. They seem pretty disorienting. I just like the mirrors. And I mean, you break a mirror now and then you break a mirror. It's not that big a deal. They make replacement mirrors for a reason. Anything new coming? Yeah, well, I guess I'm getting ready to build the quick attach forks. Hopefully that'll be the next video. I got them up to the house today, and I'm going to pick up some metal Monday to build the quick attach forks out of that mast. So that's going to be coming up. Have some forks around the property. That's going to be nice. The whole time I was moving them today, I was thinking, man, I wish I had some forks to move these forks because they're heavy. Big Mama take care of you on some good lumber. Yeah, I mean the H's are good. H's are good people. They really are. Yeah. Blue 236. I see your comment there. Yeah, that's funny, man. Where do you guys live at now? You guys live in the city now, or are you trying to move out into trying to get her to move out to the country? All right, from Newfoundland. I don't know why I say it like that. Newfoundland, right? That'd be more correct than Newfoundland. Love the channel. I appreciate that, Robert. Closest I've ever been to there would be up in Bar Harbor, Maine. My brother and I went up to Bar Harbor, Maine one year. He used to live in Vermont. We have not ordered the floor for the boat. We are in talks with it. The ICF floor system for the YouTube yacht, so the factory cuts those to length. We're trying to figure out how to tell the factory to cut these because they don't cut boat-shaped floors often, like we've talked about. The final conversation should be taking place tomorrow, where we should be able to get the order placed. I'm sure that factory will shut down for New Year's, and then we'll probably have the floor system on the property mid to late January, I would guess. He said 2 weeks lead time once the order is placed, but you got to keep in mind New Year's is in there somewhere. Need to get some dollar store forks, and it would be funny just to hide a bunch of silverware around Dirt Perfect's job sites. That would be a good time. I run camera on my truck and RV trailer and prefer my mirrors. Yeah, and that's exactly right. The camera tends to lag and glitch when you need the most. And that's my fear, Tony, is that that camera's going to glitch. I'm not going to notice it's glitching, or I'm not going to notice it's lagging. You know, we're not backing into football fields here. We're backing into some pretty tight driveways. That's my biggest fear is those cameras glitching out and me not noticing it. And I don't know the price of cameras versus mirrors, but I'm pretty sure a mirror is cheaper than a camera as far as knocking them off on trees, because I guarantee you we will. I mean, that's part of it. That's part of getting the trucks into some of the driveways we get into. I mean, it shouldn't be, but it is. It is what it is. Yeah, go to log or wait for wood. Big Mama is Wade's mom. That's why they call her Big Mama. Wade Aitchen. Professional mirror destroyer. No one better. Yep. Broke one mirror 2 years ago. You got it, Tim. I guess if they're still making mirror jokes and they haven't come up with new breaking content, then I guess I'm doing okay, honestly. 955 owner. Man. Andy, I'll make you a heck of a deal. I will trade you the 755 with the log winch straight up for that 955 as long as it's four-wheel drive with a loader. That's a good deal, man. I don't think about that one. I would do that. There's an ICF factor. Yeah, you guys have a factory up in Massachusetts. I think where they get theirs out of is down in Georgia. I know Jesse Mueller he was talking about months on the lead time for the brand he's buying. I don't know if he's just buying that much more of it or what, but they told me a couple weeks, so we'll see what actually happens. You never know till it actually shows up. 2 hours south of me, ICF factory. Yeah. If you were itching to buy a new tractor, I'd buy a 955. I would not buy a new tractor. I would not buy a spank new tractor. I don't want anything to do with emissions controls. I don't want to deal with it. I follow a lot of John Deere Facebook pages just to try to keep up to date on it. And yeah, I don't want a new tractor. I want something built in the 80s or 90s with a Yanmar engine in it. That's what I want. With a replacement Yanmar engine sitting on a shelf, that would be the ideal situation for me, for our homestead. It's gonna be different for other people, but for us, that's what I like. Dude, you need a real tractor, Grant. Yeah, I mean it's not moving fake dirt, so I'm pretty content with it. More horsepower. I I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, but it does pretty good for what we do with it. I mean, if I need something bigger, it just makes more sense to rent something, honestly. I mean, that 755 20 horse does 90% of what we need done, and whatever we need done more than that, um, might as well start renting something for that. Dye for the pond water, I'll leave that up to neighbor Gary. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. It doesn't silt in too bad, honestly. It really doesn't silt in bad at all. Santa did give me one pair of jeans. You guys always knock the holes in my jeans, but you appreciate that ventilation come summertime. As a firefighter, the favorite part of my job, there's not a live stream long enough to talk about that, man. I love that career. I love that job. I absolutely love the fire service. I don't know if it's the EPA killing good equipment or if it's just the engineers using the EPA as an excuse for killing good equipment. I think they could come up with a good solution, but I think everybody just likes pointing fingers in the engineering department, honestly. He bought them directly from the factory 2 hours south of Albany, 1 hour south of him. He needed special ones for the floor. Yeah, that might have been it. You might be right. The new Rural King tractor has Yanmar with no def. Huh. I may have to look into that. I mean, I like the 755. I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, it's... Man, John Deere had it figured out in the 80s and 90s on pretty much everything. They really did. I don't know who retired in the 90s, but they had her figured out then. Those Yanmar engines are good engines. They really are. Sounds like the kids are getting rowdy upstairs, but that's okay. They got lots of Christmas toys. Have you considered stick welding for some of your metal projects? Yes, I have. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, I've got a stick welder. It's the only welder I have. Is a stick welder. I've got. I actually went out and picked up some 3/32 6011 the other day. Somebody suggested using that for my thinner walled metal, so I got that to try out. But yeah, I really enjoy the stick welding. I'd like to get a MIG one day, but I can't really do a lot of MIG welding over there because I don't have any electricity. So the propane-powered welder works pretty well for that. You're sure to coming home at the end of shift? Yeah, coming home at the end of shift's definitely a good part of the job. But I mean, I don't hate going in. I like. You get a good crew, you get good guys, you get a good engine company with a good territory that stays busy, and I mean, I love it. DP gets all that clay pipe. Yeah. Gosh, I think he's got almost a mile of it. A mile of that clay pipe down there. But I mean, for the price they were selling it, it just makes sense to get it while you can. Because they're supposed to bring in a big tub grinder and grind up all the pipe that didn't get sold. That poor town, they've been trying to clean that mess up for years, and they don't have the capital to do it. And they just do a little at a time, but that's where they're at now with it. No, the fire department will not let me do any videos. Nope. Nope, they sure won't. 6011 and 7018 is all you'll ever need. Yeah, that's what Man Behind the Scenes says too. 6011 and 7018. I used some of that 6011 the other day. It seemed to do pretty well for me. It was a little thinner rod than what I had been using, so I had to adjust the power on the welder a little bit. But like I said, I'm still trying to learn, trying to figure it out. You can get a MIG box that plugs right into the propane welder leads. Look up LN9. Steve, can you? Oh, you took that message back. Steve, send me that on Instagram. Send me that in a message, will you? I did not know that. This is why I love YouTube. Wealth of knowledge from people. Send me that in a message on Instagram, Steve, if you don't mind. Grant, I'm a lieutenant. I like being a lieutenant. They're running the captain testing cycle now, but I'm not going through the cycle. I like the rank I'm at. I like where I'm at. I plan on staying there. 6010 is a good rod also. Good for painted stuff. Okay. Yeah, Tim, the log bridge is complete, aside from handrails and being able to get off the other side. Yeah, I mean the timber bridge is complete. We've gone on several hikes out there. We love walking across this thing. It's just cool. It's cool. It's a fun little project. Not a tub grinder. It'll be a rock crusher. Yeah, it'll be something that makes it into small pieces. I'm not too worried about the details on the name of it, but yeah. You haven't lived until you work on the Derek. Oh, what do you say, man? Hey, I heard. Is my nephew working with you? Did I hear that right? Over at Lawman? I think I heard that. Yeah, well, you're right about that, I guess. If your welder is 240, just plug the MIG welder into it. You can get a MIG welder, it plugs right into the leads. Open power box, I'll send you the link. Hey, I appreciate that, Steve. I'll look into that. I do, yeah, okay. I like running that stick welder, though. It's just, I don't know, there's something about it. I just kind of like it. I think MIG might spoil me a little bit, but 20 years as volunteer fire department, 35 as a medic. Yeah, my brother's a medic. He's been a medic for about 30 years. My uncle was a medic for about 40 years. Well, I hope he's working out okay for you, Derek. He's a good kid. He should be good for you. Would you ever buy an old fire engine? Oh yeah, 100%. 100% I would buy an old fire engine. There's some reserve engines on the department we have now. They auction engines off every so often. And there's a couple engines. There are two that I would pick from if they ever auctioned off. I would buy in a heartbeat. I don't know what I'd do with them. Probably a bunch of donuts out in Dirt Perfect's parking lot. But oh yeah, I'd buy a fire engine. I mean, why wouldn't you? You know? Well, why wouldn't you? But did I get the rock for the bridge? Not yet, Joy. Not yet. The ICF floor system is going to tap out the YouTube earnings for the past couple months. That's a pretty big bill. Well, for us it is anyway. Can be, yeah. Hey Grant, we'll see you later, man. I appreciate you stopping by. I sure do. Fire engine themed cabin in the future. We could do that, Glenn. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, you're right. I'd get the drives. I'd end up getting the drive tires sideways in one of those ripper marks and roll the thing right over. Well, you know, like we say, it either goes good in person or it goes good on YouTube. Those are your two options. So if we roll it, we roll it. What are my kids? I don't know what my kids are doing up there. I'm sure it's fine. I want to see the ICF floor thing. Sounds interesting. Dan, it's going to be a cool thing. We've done it before. If you go over to Jesse Mueller on YouTube, he's doing it right now. I think he put a video out today, if I'm not mistaken, of doing his ICF floor system. Hop over there. It's pretty cool. It's a good way to do it. Yes, it does have seasonal flow. Man, I should have got video. It was flowing. It was flowing the other day. I should have got video of it. What are they doing up there? I don't want to know what they're doing up there. They're laughing, so I guess it's good. With the old cabin, it's just sitting there right now, Joy. We're going to leave that old cabin sit there until we get a little further along on the YouTube yacht. Raid precaution number 2. Just watch Jesse's video. Yeah, Jesse has an awesome channel. His ICF project he's got going on is pretty daggone cool. He's doing, I've said it earlier in the live chat, but he's doing an ICF roof system as well. And that kids are sanding the floor. I guess they are. I don't know. All the power tools are in the basement locked up, because if I don't lock up my power tools, I'm telling you, I'll come home to an addition or less of a house, probably less of a house, but they love using the tools if they can. If the kids drop in, oh, that would be something, wouldn't it? Oh man. Oh gosh, yeah. They like working. They really do. It'll be fun as they get older. I think we'll work on quite a few more projects together. I can't wait till they're old enough to throw them in some equipment. I mean, they're probably old enough now. Lily is, but I had our youngest with me today down in the payloader putting that forklift mast in the back of the truck. She just thought it was the coolest thing. Is that a French horn? Yeah, I don't know, Dad. She might be. Is that a fire bell on top of the piano? Oh, that's a wall behind me for sure. No, that is an old captain's bell that somebody sent in, is what that is. Bought the kids a plate compactor. Yeah, they know how to use it. It is. Jesse's thing is an ICF bombshell. It's amazing what he's got going on in that project. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Favorite channel? Keep up the good work. Well, I appreciate that. There's lots of good channels out there, but I definitely appreciate that. My brother's a detective in the county sheriff's. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Very cool. A copper fire extinguisher. No, I don't have any copper fire extinguishers. There's a lot of those around. They're pretty easy to find, though. Those old copper, oh, daggone it. Oh, I forget what they used to put in those. But yeah, they're pretty common to find. Yeah, he does. Jesse seems to be pretty talented. I like his little jet ski pond. I think it's a pretty slick setup. How much will it cost to stay in the boat for the weekend? You'd think I would know something like that, but I really don't. I don't really. Oh my gosh. Tony Kleeman. Tony Kleeman would be my brother. What's your favorite Weird Al song? So, I'm rather introverted. I don't really like large groups of people. Not a big fan of it. My other brother, John, bought Tony and I Weird Al tickets for Christmas. Tony likes concerts. I do not. I'm not a big fan of concerts. And they bought me a ticket just to see me be uncomfortable in a public setting. And it's going to be... Oh, it's going to be something. My goodness. Okay, yeah, that's going to be a good time. Hey, we'll see ya. Appreciate you stopping by. Do I watch Andrew Camarada? Yeah. Yeah, I watch him every now and then. I'll be honest, it's hard to watch a lot of YouTube whenever you're making YouTube. You spend a lot of time editing and uploading. I try to watch videos every now and then, but I definitely don't catch everybody's video when they post. But yeah, I enjoy Andrew's videos. I just like his attitude towards do it. It either works or it doesn't. If it doesn't, he'll fix it and do it differently. I mean, I like his attitude towards it. Lose that anxiety pretty quick. Yeah, we're going to have to stop past somewhere before we go to the concert for sure. Loosen up that anxiety. The zip line with Mike. I had the kids that day. When Mike went out to that zip lining park. I stopped by just to say, hey, I ran those lines a few times. Mike and I did quite a bit of work out there whenever they built that. In fact, man, if I had YouTube back then, you would have videos of me running the 120, setting some of the poles for the zip lines. But we didn't have YouTube back then. But yeah, that's a very cool zip line park. It's very unfortunate that didn't take off here. It was a very nice park, though. Beautiful setting, too. Whoever ends up buying that property will have a very nice property. Do I watch Dirt Perfect? Actually, you know what? I really don't watch Dirt Perfect's videos because I live Dirt Perfect. So I don't really watch the videos. I probably should just to see what he's saying about me. But no, actually, I really don't watch the videos that often. We heard you hit a tree on a zip line. I heard them say that. I do not recall hitting a tree on a zip line, though. But maybe I hit it hard enough I didn't remember. I don't know. Did you find out who the guy was on your property? No. That's an Amish group. They come down every year. I don't know. We've talked to him before. I don't think he means anything bad. I think he's just trying to find a place to cross through and get to the forest. They always hunt the forest. And more people buy and sell property every year down here. And I think he's just having a harder and harder time to get access back to the forest. I don't think he has any ill intent. I don't think he's trying to hunt on our property. I think he's just trying to get back to the forest. And it gets harder each year because more people keep buying up land down here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Robert, he says those same things to me in person. So we, I mean, if we're saying it about each other on videos, we've said it to each other in person. We have a good time. We like to cut up and have a good time. Amish Paradise will be my favorite Weird Al song. Maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking about making him regret buying the tickets by just becoming the biggest Weird Al fan imaginable and embarrassing him like he's trying to embarrass me, just really up the ante. Is Dirt Brute Steve on vacation? I don't think your beard's that long, Steve. I kept waiting for somebody to pop up in the comments and be like, oh, that was me. Oh. You broke 3 mirrors in a week and 2 at once. Yeah, that happens. I mean, if you drive a truck for anything longer than 6 months, you're going to break some mirrors. That's part of it. Especially, gosh, the places people, I don't know what people think when they order stones sometimes, but I don't know why they think we can get trucks in the same driveway they pull their Prius in, but they're sure convinced of it. How long before you get your boathouse wheel on the back? Oh, like the actual paddle wheel? We will pour the ICF floor system, and then after the ICF floor system is poured, the paddle wheel is the next step. Yep, that'll be the next step. I'm thinking that we'll build it at the barn. I'm sure we'll just gently roll it down to the YouTube yacht. It'll go great. And then roll across the ICF floor system down into place. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Sure, it'll go that smooth. I can't imagine it taking off down through the woods and sinking to the bottom of the pond. I can imagine that completely, actually, but hopefully it doesn't. Be some more fish structure, I guess. Describe your relationship with Mike Simon. It's just, yeah, I mean, long-term friends, I guess. We met okay. First time I met Mike Simon, I didn't know who he was. I was in the Wendy's parking lot. If you don't know Mike, way back when he used to live in town, he treated Wendy's like he treats Pepsi now, okay? I was in the Wendy's parking lot with Chelsea, and I see this white Dodge Dakota roll across the parking lot in reverse and hit a Jeep in front of us. Well, there's nobody in it. The parking brake come undone. And I had to walk in and ask whose truck it was. Turns out it was Mike Simon's. I had no idea who the guy was. The next week, I went to start a new job at a bath and kitchen remodel company, and Mike was the lead that I was working for. And I was like, I remember you. But yeah, I started working for him. He was a lead at kitchen and bath remodel company. I worked for him there on my summers and breaks home from school, and then he went and started his own business and asked if I wanted to come along whenever I finished college, and I did. Yeah, I started working for him full-time whenever I got out of college. Worked for him for about 5 years. I mean, we've known each other, oh gosh, let's see, I guess it'd be 2004, 2005, probably when we first met. But yeah, we've known each other for a while. Hey, we'll see you. Oh, wait. Is good day mean hello or goodbye in Australian? Well, hello, Jamie, or goodbye if you're leaving. I'm not sure. Had a mirror fly off the truck one snowstorm. Lost the entire set on the passenger side. Oh, did you see it come off, or did you just go to look in the mirror and notice it was gone? That's kind of funny. I could use DP's loader. Yeah, Joy, I could, but I try to explain this to people. Mike's equipment isn't mine to use. That's Mike's equipment. If I use it, I rent it, and that costs me money. I'd rather use what I have, and run what you brung is kind of what we do on the channel. I mean, I could use the loader, but I think I'd rather just pull it behind the 755 and make a good thumbnail. Don't you think, Joy? Pulling a paddle wheel behind the 755 and make a good thumbnail. Means hello. All right, I'm sorry, Jamie. I don't. I apologize. Well, hello. I hope you guys are doing okay down there. I hope you had a good Christmas. You heard it come off, John. Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah, where's the fun in using the loader? I agree. I agree. Yeah. It looked better on top of the Outback. So I said, Tony Kleeman was my brother. I keep telling Tony we need to start a Facebook page called Roof Racks Anonymous. And it just needs to be a Facebook page of the ridiculous things that people put on top of the roof racks. I think the Subaru would be the leader in number of photos for ridiculous things hauled on top of it. But I think a Facebook page called Roof Racks Anonymous would be pretty funny. Pretty popular, probably. I always love seeing people strapped to the top of the car. I like going to Home Depot or Menards or Lowe's and walking out with a lumber cart and people looking at me like, where are you going to put that? And, throw it on top of the Subaru. It's funny. You ever going to side load, Captain? No, Doug, I don't plan on it. I mean, unless the job really, really has to. I don't plan on putting any unnecessary stress on that trailer. I know people side load, and that's great. I'm excited for them that they do that. But hooking and unhooking is pretty daggone easy. I would hate to tear something up just out of laziness. I mean, I see people do it, but yeah, no, it's not anything I'm interested in doing. Now, there might be times where the job calls for it, just for access that we might have to do it, and we might have to crib up the side of the trailer or something like that. But no, if we don't have to, there's no reason to do it. Sounds more like a YouTube channel. Yeah, it'd be a good one. I think people would like it. Dog's barking and I smell skunk. Dan, that is no good. I hope the skunk didn't get the dog. Our neighbor's dog got sprayed by a skunk a couple months ago. It was a mess. Poor feller. Saw a guy put plywood on a motorcycle that had a sidecar. I like that. I like that vibe. That's cool, Tom. Plywood on a motorcycle that had a sidecar. I like that. I saw a guy with a moped one day, and he had his hand on a two-wheel dolly behind him. He was using his dolly like a trailer on his moped. And I was like, well, there you go. Run what you brung, bud. Runs around with a plastic ride-on police car on it. Yeah, side loading's hard on trailers. It is, Joy. I mean, I see people do it all the time, but it's hard on trailers. It's not made for, whatever. I'm not an expert. I don't know why you just wouldn't unhook it. Have you ever owned a motorcycle? If you ever work in the fire service, you're not going to own a motorcycle. If you do work in the fire service and you own a motorcycle, you probably don't ride it. If you work in the fire service and ride a motorcycle, something going on there. No, I do not. I have no intention of owning a motorcycle. I like my ankles the way they are. I'll put it that way. Okay. Yeah, I agree, Steve. If you got the room, there's no reason to side load. There's really not. Yeah. Turned his Mustang into a pickup truck. I got guys at the station trying to convince me into making the Subaru a pickup truck. I'm debating it. I mean, I don't know. The float valve on the skid steer doesn't work. The float valve on that skid steer Mike has not functioned. It didn't work whenever he bought it. And I don't think he's ever fixed it. So no, we don't use the float on the skid steer because it doesn't exist. Yeah, Tony, I know. My father-in-law rides a Harley. My father-in-law used to drag race motorcycles, like professionally. He used to drag race motorcycles. My father-in-law, Riley, dresses up as Santa Claus and rides his Harley around to the nursing homes, and he'll go around and knock on the windows of the nursing homes. Yeah, a lot of guys like motorcycles. Not for me. Yeah, like the old Subaru Baja, Scotty. Just like that. Something like that. I'm thinking about doing it. Do the guys at the station watch the channel? Some guys do, some guys don't. Believe it or not, just like in the comments section, some guys like it, some guys don't. And they are very vocal, the ones that like it and the ones that don't. They're very vocal about it. That's okay. That's okay. Andrew Camarada and Saul's on the Subaru. Yeah. I would definitely have to harness my inner Andrew Camarada to make the Subaru a truck. Takes me literally 1.5 seconds to detach the gooseneck from the trailer. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Mike. It just doesn't take any time at all to detach. I don't know. I don't. I mean, if your day's that crunch for that extra minute and a half or 3 minutes for unhooking and hooking up, you adjust your schedule. I don't know. I see more accidents with people side loading than I do just regular loading. I mean, any low boy fail video on YouTube is somebody side loading, you know? So you can think of it like that. Rode for 10 years after you lost your leg. No kidding. Wow, Tony. Wow. Do you still ride, Tony? Just kind of curious. We had a local gentleman lost his arm, not in a motorcycle accident, but lost his arm and rode his motorcycle with just one arm for several years. Yeah. Well, I think that's it, guys. I'm pretty tired. I don't feel great. I'm I'm gonna go upstairs and take some Dayquil or NyQuil or something. And like I said, we got some stuff coming up. I do have a year in review video coming up. We're gonna cover every project real quick, real fast. Should be a pretty good video, but we'll be back to our regular stuff pretty soon once we get through the holidays here. But I definitely appreciate everybody stopping by. If you guys don't mind, check out the description. There's a GoFundMe there for my aunt who had a stroke in July. Trying to help cover medical costs, trying to help cover her 24/7 care she has to have at her house right now while she's going through her rehab. So if you don't care to hop down and check that out in the description, we sure would appreciate that. And thanks for stopping by, guys. As soon as I figure out, let's see, we'll close the comments down, and then you guys are up here on this rig. One of these buttons, I don't know, is it this one?